This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm kind of stuck in time over here, and I've seen Things to Come, a British futurist drama from 1936 directed by William Cameron Menzies. The film takes place in Everytown, England, and is set in 3 different points of about a century. The first, 1940, sees Everytown celebrating Christmas despite fears of war, which are validated when the city is attacked by an invading force which is left unidentified. The year 1970 shows the city, now in ruins but surviving, under a tyrannical warmonger's rule, which is challenged by a visit from a member of Wings Over the World, a group of engineers who seek to revitalize the planet through peace and technology. Finally, 2036 showcases a new tomorrow marked by progression, invention, and soon the first human flight into outer space. Despite the rather grim nature of the film's first 2 acts, there's still a rather intrepid sense of optimism throughout its story. The main characters throughout the film's 2 generations of Everytown are probably the most hopeful in the city, doing whatever they can to better the living conditions around them or push humanity as a whole into a brighter future. The tone works very well, though it does sacrifice subtlety in order to do so, with both the film's antagonistic and protagonistic characters rather one-note in their personalities or motivations. It comes to be a bit of an annoyance as the film continues, at least in how simplistic the ongoing debates are portrayed. It's pretty obvious which side is meant to be considered the winning team, and as a result, any sense of realism goes out the window. Still, the film's overall upbeat and optimistic tone is more or less why this is the case, and overall it doesn't hurt the film too much. After all, the goal of Things to Come isn't so much to tell a story of triumph over stagnation, but to present a potential future plan for humanity, which, at the rate things are going, is a few decades behind schedule, but that's a whole nother issue. Anyways, the film makes an excellent case for itself primarily through its visuals, which plays with scale to better illustrate the figurative reach that humanity has grasped, from the spread of Everytown across the land to its literal heights when developed in the future, both of which are marked by hundreds, if not thousands of people, who show just how grand the film's production and set pieces actually are. Cinematography and editing also play into this idea of a grand production, almost creating a symphony of sights from the very first scenes, as Christmas celebrations go on, almost ignorant of wartime fears, and playing with lighting and shadows to showcase the greater elements at play once Everytown is made to go to war. Speaking of which, the special effects throughout Things to Come is very much a spectacle in itself, not only to showcase the destruction and stakes of war in these opening scenes, but in the scenes of the final act of the futuristic Everytown, as a number of forward-thinking ideas are shown, both within the home and within the greater city. It's all illustrative of a progressive plan which never quite came to pass, at least not as portrayed within the film. But in the end, Things to Come makes a great case for such a world, and with the way that the story is presented, it's not hard to fall in line with its messaging yourself. Things to Come. William Cameron Menzies, 1936. 3.5 stars. I'd recommend checking it out, especially if you're into retrofuturism or just want some digestible science fiction. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. If you have something to add, leave a dislike. Wait, I messed that up. Anyways, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more reviews. I'm gonna go see if I can recreate some of the shadow effects from this movie. Those were fun.